Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a collective, timeless reading. So, whenever this reading finds its way to you is the right time. Just keep in mind it's a general reading. So, see which signs, symbols, messages resonate for you in your particular situation and help to bring you a little clarity on whatever you're concerned, confused about. It could broaden your perspective, show you something in a different light, perhaps narrow your focus and show you something you were missing. It was right there all along. But in the end, always trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to always make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound and based in love for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with these weird cards. It's called the Luck Information Oracle. I don't know, they have like strange pictures and messages, and I don't know, I like that it's like really random messages come through with this. So let's begin. Get some basic messages, a little clarity and focus for the collective. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and the greatest good of all. Energy, focus for the collective, please. Thank you. Untie the knot. Read an inspirational book. That's like so many different messages. It's so weird and random. All right, so you have the big, beautiful rose here, which makes me think of love, or how she looks when that light turns pink. That's Rose, by the way. Untie the knot. Something was too tight. I'm gonna think of like knots in your hair, or like getting a hairbrush stuck. Or like now I see like necklaces, you know, how the necklaces can get all tangled up together. So maybe you're tangled up in something, you have to, release it. And now I just keep seeing the necklaces. That's such a pain in the ass when they get tangled. So sometimes you actually have to take something apart, undo the knots. It could be to a particular relationship or situation, or just something that was a little too tight, like a little too much tension on something. And then read an inspirational book. After you get done tying the knots on your necklaces and your hairbrush in that weird situation, pick up a book. But some of us like audio, so maybe you need to hear a book or watch something. However you retain knowledge and enjoy it, like soaking in, how do you, sometimes some people need to write it down for it to, hear last or like sink in. It's like, it could be like a how-to, or just a memoir, an artist, a musician, a writer, a hero, anyone that inspires you. It could be fictional or non-fictional, because even through stories and parables, we can get a lot of inspiration and messages. Maybe for some of you, it's even like metaphysical, spirituality, healing. What is it for you? How to do what? What have you always wanted to know how to do? Maybe it's time you learn. It could be just like a little video on YouTube. How to, change the oil in your car. Anything. So you're just going to gain a little knowledge on something you didn't know yesterday. So, first message, or a couple. Let's get another card. These are so weird. Clarity on untie the knot. That beautiful rose. And read an inspirational book. Maybe you need to write a book. Or write a how-to. Or make a video if you know how to do something really good that other people don't. communicate, call your friends. So somebody's waiting for your answer for your phone call. Somebody wants to go out. Time to reach out, have that conversation you've been replaying over and over in your head. It could be that some of you need to talk about something that happened and you have a good friend that'll hear you, like really hear you and be there for you. Maybe you need help. Maybe you just need to be heard. But this is somebody you trust. Maybe somebody always helps you get through something, or somebody in particular is that person you call when something amazing happens. Or maybe it's just to talk about your day. Get another message for the collective. Love. Oh, kiss your lover. Well, I mean, if your lover is right there right now watching this with you, give him a big old smooch. Maybe just remember what it was like when you first started to kiss. Just maybe out of nowhere. Grab him. Do a little dipperoo. And bring back this energy. But, I mean, for some of you, it could be hugging a friend. Not everybody has a lover. It's love. I just see that very European, like, it's always awkward when you don't know if someone's going to do the double cheek. So, I also see the dance here. So for some of you, maybe you haven't done this in a while. Maybe it's a really good makeout session. Hey. All right, maybe that's coming through with somebody new. Or you're thinking about a really good makeout session you had. Wanting to kiss someone, thinking about their lips. Okay. Another card for the collective. Some little advice and tips and direction and wisdom. Open. Huh? Say hi to strangers. It's like a little snowman. Open. It makes me think of a like a restaurant or a store. Something where you actually see an open sign. Maybe a place you've never been. Maybe it's not your usual spot that you go to. Or maybe it's in your usual spot and you have, somebody new comes in, you start a really good conversation. Also be open to different conversations or different personalities. I see like somebody actually like saying, well, like almost like I see like two tables and you kind of like start talking to each other, or you help somebody with something, and then somebody like has you just come sit with us. Like, come sit at our table. So maybe you invite somebody if you're out with your friends after you call them and go out. I don't know, maybe this is the person you could be kissing. But I see like an invitation or inviting somebody in. I also see maybe somebody new in the neighborhood. Like you go with like a little plant or some cookies. Maybe a plant is better since they don't know you yet. I don't know, maybe cookies. And say, hey, I'm your neighbor. Welcome to the neighborhood. Say hi to strangers. I just feel like that's anywhere you can. Sometimes just seeing somebody in the store and they're like, hi. And you're like, hi. And that's it. But it's just like a nice little energetic exchange. It might just be you smiling. Could be like somebody opening up the door and you say, thanks, thank you. Or you hold the door for somebody else. But I feel like maybe you're either going to make a little difference or just have a little good energy, or maybe meet somebody really awesome. Another card for the collective. Reach consensus and listen to a song you like very, very much. So hit play, playlist, change up your energy, send that song to that person. or you hear a song that means a lot to you, like in a really random place at a really weird time, or pay attention if songs just pop up in your head like they do with me. It's like they play. Maybe you just connect to the frequency and the energy of music. So maybe when you hear one of those songs, actually look up the lyrics. Maybe watch the video. Maybe just sing in the shower. And it makes me think of like sometimes you can be in a place and that last song you hear is the one that gets stuck in your head. I have a certain place that I'm at and I always hear the Copacabana. That's the song that always comes on. And it's like, at the Copa, woo, Copacabana. Like, I'm always driving home and I just can't get it out of my head. I just can't get you out of my mind or head. Boy, your loving's all I think about. I think I got the notes a little weird on that one and things, but like there's two random songs, the Copacabana and then what was that, Kylie Minogue. So sometimes you actually have to purposefully think of another song or put the radio on to get something like out of my head. So let's get another card. Little messages coming through for the collective. Height, climb mountains. Telling you to climb, to try to go over this obstacle, gain some muscle. See, like breathing. So maybe, I mean, if you don't climb up mountains or hills and you try it the first time, even if you're in shape, it's still really hard. So maybe this first try at something is a little bit, you get up and you're like, oh, I gotta catch my breath. Like I can't even talk to you right now. And then the more you do it, even though it feels hard every time, mountains are still tough each time. But you get used to it. Your breathing gets better. Maybe instead of running, if you are a runner, it's just walking but uphill. That actually gets you a little like better exercise or changes something up. Maybe if you just walk on the treadmill, put that sucker way up and see the difference it makes in your workout. Height. Maybe you're scared of heights. Makes me think of maybe some of you are even scared of being really successful at something. So you like stop halfway up the mountain. Keep going. You can do it. Another card. Mystery. And look at the stars. If you haven't gone out and actually looked at the sky in a long time, it's pretty mind-boggling. How is it so big? So maybe just sit there and let yourself wonder. Maybe you see a shooting star. Maybe you have a really good camera and you can take really good shots of the moon. Or like an eclipse or something like that. I took 2 shots of the moon one time with this great camera, and one time I got a bird, perfectly in the middle of the moon, and then I got an airplane. So it looked like the air, if this is the moon, the airplane was like this big. It was pretty cool. Maybe you will get a really cool shot outside. I just saw somebody like catching lightning, like getting to, I don't know. Maybe you live where there's an aurora borealis or something like that. I'm getting like a lot of night sky energy, but you could have something cool that you see in the day. Mystery. Like getting a feeling you should just go outside right now. Maybe pause this, take it out, take your phone out with you, or when you get that urge to just go outside. But sometimes when you see like shooting stars, it's just really random. It feels really special. Maybe something around you is really mysterious right now. Maybe you're, a little mysterious, not revealing everything quite yet. Or somebody else is just like opening up slowly. Maybe you read mystery books. One more. Getaway. Days in the car. It's D-A-Z-E. It's like, all right, make sure if you're like days, you know, make sure the car is stopped. Stop at a parking lot. Stop at the, you know, I see like the truck stop or something like that. Actually, there's some really cool places you can pull off the highways and see really amazing views. Mountains, and you could see, you know, if you're up a mountain, you can see the sky so much better than like if you're in the city. Maybe it's just parking your car if you're in a city and just hanging out there for a little while, meditating, maybe just watching people go by, listening to some good music. I see like a passenger now. So maybe you're the passenger or you're in a bus or something, and it's just kind of like looking out the window. Sometimes when you get to be the passenger and you're not having to pay attention to the road, you actually see different things on the normal route you probably go on than you would have if you were driving. I don't know, I've seen like weird things in the woods, like all those rock walls. I just saw like a little kid in the car, like waving at you. Maybe it's a hot person, like, hey. You wouldn't have noticed that if you were driving. What's at the bottom? It's the clothes thing that keeps coming through, and it's exchange. Buy clothes you like. So if somebody needs to revamp their style, get a glow up. Maybe you've been thinking about it since this was in the last video, and it's time to just do it. Get rid of those clothes that just don't feel right. Buy yourself something nice. You can go to a secondhand store and find some really cool stuff. Maybe something vintage. Maybe you're buying something online to get home. Maybe something fits just right and something else is just not for you. Just not your fit. Just doesn't work. Look really good in the picture, but just send it back. Send it back. Don't keep it in your closet and then never ever wear it. Or perhaps you can give it away if you know somebody that it'll look really good on. Or you're like, hey, I do that with my sister. Sometimes I get stuff and it's really long. It's really nice, but it's just too long. I'm kind of little. My sister's a lot taller than me. So if I like it, and I know that she might like it, like I wish I could wear it, but hey, like I got this. I don't really want to send it back because it's pretty cool. Maybe it'll fit you. Do you want to try it? And often it does. So maybe, you can give something away if it's not quite your size. You have to have that comfort thing with whoever it is, so they're not weird about the size thing. Okay, random messages. I'll show you these. Listen to a song, climb a mountain, look at the stars, days in a car, say hi to someone you don't know, kiss your lover, call your friend, call them already, read an inspirational book. All right, it's a lot of cards. I'm just gonna kind of fan them out. Actually, no, let's put them like this so I can keep seeing them because I tend to get messy here. All right, Wisdom of the Oracle. Let's get one card. Kind of a general picture instead of all these little things coming through. Now I just went back to seeing Kylie Minogue in that video. She is such a sexy lady. Just it's like that white outfit with the hood. If you've never seen that video, it's worth checking out that outfit. Almost as iconic as the Shania Twain and her. It's also a hood, right? It's like a cheetah. It's like a cheetah outfit. No, they're very old. I'm probably aging myself with where my head goes. All right, clarity for the collective. One card. Overall wisdom. Ooh, flexible. Be flexible. It looks like there's either a field here or like a labyrinth. Like you want to be the center. I mean, flexible. She's on an egg. So I want to say be gentle with something. Something might need some time to progress or incubate in there. Maybe it needs a little warmth or attention before it hatches. So maybe you're waiting for something to happen already and it's just not ready yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Maybe some of you can actually do something like that. It makes me think a little, I don't know why I thought of crow pose in yoga. I feel like that's something that looks very, very impressive, but is not so hard. It's a little hard, but it's not ridiculous hard. So maybe you were learning crow pose, doing yoga. Maybe some of you actually do ballet or aerial silks, or you dance. But it's asking you to be flexible in a situation. Don't be so strict with how it has to come about or unfold or manifest in a certain time frame. Be flexible. Different things are going to come through. Also be easy and flexible on somebody else, having their own space, figuring something out on their own, having some time. Maybe they're the ones growing. It's a 19. That makes me think of the sun. Be open to something new here. Don't close the lid on the box if it has to be a certain way. Open it up to new possibilities. I keep hearing adventure now. Maybe a new adventure for you. At the bottom you have time to go. Time to go. Time to start doing. Time to start walking. You might have to be a little flexible and go around things on that journey, but that's okay. That makes it way more interesting. It does look like this dock kind of winds. So maybe the windy road is the better one. 45 is a 9. It's almost time. Maybe you actually have an alarm. You can set an alarm, or you have a specific date you're going to do something, or you get a phone call and it's just go. Or it's an urge. You just get a feeling you should be somewhere. You should get out of the house. You know, go in that place with the big open sign. Like, go in there. Or if you are sitting on the fence, not making a decision, not ending something that should have ended already, whatever that is, a job, a relationship, partnership, maybe a project that was something that wasn't working out. It's just kind of reached its end, the end. Time to put that book down, put it back on the shelf, and start a new book. It's kind of like a tweener thing. Yeah, I'm getting like a tween. You close the one book, you're putting it on the shelf, there's another chapter there or another, volume. It's like you're pulling it out, but you haven't opened it yet. So I am getting a in-between time with that. Well, let's go to the tarot. What do I have? Let's do this one. This is called the Jouet d'Ivry Tarot. I probably did not say that right. Vivre. As. Parlez-vous français? I don't. But it sounds beautiful. Let's get one card. Base energy happening for the collective right now to bring some understanding and understanding. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. He's riding a dolphin. I just think of the dolphins as having fun, playful, intelligent. I feel like they can see things in different ways. Like I feel like they can actually see, but they use that sound that they make to bounce around things and get like a blueprint in their mind of their surroundings. This knight is riding a dolphin, but holding a seashell cup that has a bird with a letter. So somebody has a message for you. Maybe they wrote you a love letter. This is usually a very romantic person. Their heart is open. They're ready to dive on into something. It's a dolphin. It actually looks like a flying dolphin. And you see that letter in the bird? So this could be a water sign. It's somebody not just asking you out, but like, come on, time to go. Like, let's go do this. Let's try it out. Let's see. Somebody really willing to have an experience with you. This is definitely the night that would be into doing the dip, dancing that dance, and kissing your lips. This is the makeout session, night. It's like the build-up, is grand. I just thought of a ball and then a piano. So maybe some of you are going to like an actual party. Maybe that's you. Like getting somebody up, getting them to go out. I'm getting that, when you're like, what is that thing where you're like out somewhere and then you meet somebody, say new. It says open up to new people. And then you start a conversation with somebody. And then they're like, you want to get out of here? Not necessarily like a go home thing, but like, let's go somewhere else. And then you go somewhere else. And I think psychologically what that does is it kind of brings you closer right away because it makes you feel like you've already had like a first date or you've done something already together that's not the meeting. It's like you already had the meeting and now the first date within the first how many hours or time frame. So maybe that's a little tip for some of you. Like if you meet someone, hey, like I'm going to this concert. You want to come along? And it has to be like a comfort thing, not a creepy thing. And then you go somewhere else and you have like a different experience and it already makes you feel like you know somebody more, or maybe you figure out that this is not like, no, that was like, I'm gonna Irish exit out. Like that's not for me. So whatever their situation is. Clarity on this Knight of Cups. Oh, the Sun. Maybe you should do that. Maybe this is going to have a date 3 and 4. Maybe if this is you and you already have your lover, it's just not doing stuff the same way you got like used to. Be a little flexible. Go out and look at the stars together. Find a new place with an open sign. Go out, date again. If you date again, you keep that conversation fresh. You keep that romance around. You keep, like, you change something up to always like remember how it was when the courting phase was there or the honeymoon phase. Like you don't want to forget about that. But if this isn't romance and this is just an opportunity to have an experience that you really enjoy, say it's climbing a mountain, your heart is really into it. Like that was good. Your heart's like pumping. Like I want to do that again. The endorphins are moving. You call your friend, you're like, hey, this mountain's awesome. Come with me. But the sun coming out means you're going to be clear about something. You're going to feel like yourself. You're going to start to feel really good in your skin. Here's the seahorse again. So partners, it could be a partnership for life, beyond, before, a new friendship that just lasts. If this is like someone, if you knocked on the door and it opened and you have an interview, or this is you like nailing that interview, really enjoying your job, it's abundance in every category. The sun. Feeling warm, feeling inspired, taking action, it's masculine. Clarity on the sun. Major Arcana number 19. Oh yeah, this could end up to be like a marriage type thing, like long lasting. or that person that you meet that you go out to every concert with. Like you're just really, you really enjoy each other's company. It could be the type of job where you have events that you go to, like company events and something like that. This is a really, really good time. It's usually a wedding, a party, a gathering, a moment. It's dancing. Here you have these two little, I don't even know what they are, but it's like, look, you got double sun. The sun is here. It looks like you are actually the sun, beaming the sun. And you're holding this thing that has a heart. And these other, maybe you're a matchmaker, or like you set up two friends. You're like, you guys should talk. Here you go. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Or somebody does that to you. These two people are so happy. They each have a little house. It's like a little bird house. It's like they made each other a gift. Or you, I don't know, maybe you do something crafty. Maybe you go somewhere and it's not like a party, but it's some kind of thing where you learn something. Maybe you make a birdhouse. The 4 candle, whatever this is, it feels lively, stable. It's that experience you just want more of. Like, this is a good time. It's worth it. If this is upside down, it means you didn't accept the invitation. You're a party pooper. You left too early. Get clarity on these two. The 4 of Wands and the Sun. Sometimes when that 4 of Wands comes up, it does mean it's a marriage kind of situation. It's usually really happy. Oh yeah, we have the Queen of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Maybe that's getting up the hill. So the Queen of Cups is naturally intuitive, psychic, sexy, emotionally, like both strong and vulnerable. Here she's holding that. It's not even a cup, it's a bowl. She's a mermaid. She's actually looking at 2 fish. So maybe it is somebody that kind of helps you meet somebody, even if it's just another really good friend, or this is a good friend. It's usually a water sign. Her tail is actually a heart. But there's 2 fish moving in this bowl. What's that song? Is it Pink Floyd? Two fish living in a fish bowl. The Pink Floyd song. I can't hear what it is, but that came through. But it looks like Pisces. I hope you can see it. It's like one fish swimming one way and one the other way. Maybe you feel like a fish out of water, or somebody that kind of matches you. 2 fish out of water, but it looks like they're jumping for joy. Queen. Upside down, she's kind of an emotional basket case. Like can't handle too many emotions, or she's just like shutting them off. Like overwhelming. Can be draining even if she's upside down. She like needy, needs too much, talks about too many problems, and gets you all stressed out. So if that's around you, or that's where you are, it's flipping this back upside down and like allowing yourself some time. Maybe, go outside or get dressed for this party. Start to see the reality of something. Something's coming through and it's real now. It is what it is. It's gonna bring you to a beautiful place. So remember how sexy you are, guy or girl. You are beautiful and you're really special, and maybe you're really, really intuitive. So follow that intuition that you have, those feelings. When to say something, how to say something, if you should say something. Expressing your love. Maybe this is understanding love languages. You know, somebody can maybe give gifts, or they want touch, or they just want your time. Maybe it's understanding your honeys or your children or whoever this is that you care about, your friend, how they express love, because it's not the same for everyone. Maybe just knowing that helps you connect better. What is this? Oh, the Ten of Wands. This is when you try to get up that mountain and do it all yourself, or feel like you have the weight of the world on your back. Feel like you're just carrying the whole load. So maybe that was in the past or other relationships. If this comes through, it's meaning the 10 is here. So you're ready to not do it like this anymore. You want equal. You want someone to help you if they're there. Or you're going to do it a different way where it doesn't feel like such a load. So heavy. It means you need to do a readjustment. It could be that somebody else also feels like this, but that means this situation is ending. This is going to change. And she has like a little tiger tail. She's holding the other wand with. You dropped one. So she's not doing a great job carrying all that. Maybe just take half of that load. Come back for the rest. Maybe, you know, there's a different way. Or maybe it's just getting to the end. Sometimes we just have to get to that end point, put everything down, let it go, and then walk freer, like freer. And if that's a project or something you just have to do, sometimes you just have to get it done. But once it's done, maybe it frees something up, and maybe you don't procrastinate the next time, so it all gets to the end, or you organize yourself different so you're not doing so much at once. What is at the bottom? Let's see. Ace of Swords. So not only are you seeing things clear, you are hearing them. Maybe you're clairaudient and clairvoyant and intuitive with that Queen of Cups. But it's like you have a focus. Something was really far away, but you found the tool you need to actually focus in and see what's really happening. You have this sword in your hand that has a crown in it. So it's like moving up, like jumping a level. I'm thinking of like a video game where you can actually skip something. Like it's like you just jumped a couple levels. Maybe that's you, your spirit elevating. But you know, you have the cat with a hat. It looks like you're bouncing around. It looks like you're really excited. Whatever news is going to come through, or whatever conversation you have, or this idea, this clarity of mind is going to make you feel lighter than this, for sure. Maybe if something was bottled up, it finally comes out. Maybe it's just a really fun conversation that really sparks some interest. I feel like it's very intelligent conversation, but entertaining as well. So maybe that's a specific subject. You don't even know how you got into it, or something you really like to talk about. If you were in the dark on like communicating with somebody else, you got the sun, you're not going to be in the dark anymore. You're going to get that conversation. You're going to get the phone call. It's going to happen. Maybe you're going to get that date. You do have the Four of Wands here. Let's do this one. This is the in-between tarot. It doesn't feel like the normal messages though. So I'm going to just go with the flow of what I see in the card. Let's see. Let's get clarity on the Four of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Sun, releasing this load, this Ten of Wands, and maybe this Queen of Cups. Either somebody you know, you, or just the advice to embody this whole situation. So it's being like clear of thought and speaking clearly, but you're guided by your heart and speaking from a loving place. Ooh, that one flipped. What's that? Ooh, the Queen of Wands. We have 2 queens. Here, she looks like she's an architect. Look at all these roses behind her. The Queen of Wands is very confident. So, the queen, male or female, this is telling you confidence is key. Recognizing beautiful things about other people and not being afraid to say it. Inspiring others. Helping others be creative. To do things like in a different way. Put their own little flair on something. She's always got her own little style. It's always kind of a little different. I feel like the Queen of Wands is the trendsetter. So maybe that's you. I feel like even the vibration, it's like green, is special. She's like vibrating the same color as the roses behind her. But I feel like she's looking at this thing, and it looks like the little models of homes and businesses and stuff that you can make before it becomes real. So now she's gotten past the imagination. She's already started to make the plans and make something, present it to, hey, this is the small scale. It's going to be big soon. It's going to happen. I feel like she's a good example of a masculine, feminine energy. She's got that feminine thing going on that like, come hither. She doesn't even have to say anything. It just comes. But she can wear a good pair of pants too. Like really like handle any situation. Upside down, upside down, she just lacks confidence. She's very selfish. It's all about her being on top, her winning, her having the lead. But we'll look at both of these queens both ways. They could be 2 different people that you know, or maybe it's having a little passion and creativity and using your heart. Speaking about that, they're both feminine energies, so there is an allowance there. So it's not like a real masculine make it happen. It's more like be involved and nurture something and then just kind of let it come to you. Clarity on that Queen of Wands, please. Eight of Swords. This is where you feel stuck. You have all that happy stuff going on. I feel like first thing I thought of is like you're invited to this amazing situation. You have all this going on, but maybe you have such a load on your schedule or something that you actually can't go to something like a party or a wedding or out with somebody. It's like you just have to find some free time. I mean, when the Eight of Swords comes by, sometimes it's asking if you need a day off, or you say, hey, we need to take a, let's take a rain check. We're going to still do something. Maybe it's not that, but we will do something else. Like there's a way to think outside the box when you're stuck. I mean, here you have help, but it's like you're tied up. It just makes me think of somebody being busy. Maybe you're upset because somebody else is always busy. I'll get clarity on this. Or somebody just believes they can't. Maybe they're not in that confident state. They think they can't do it. I hear, I think I can. I think I can. Is that like a little train? Clarity on this Eight of Swords. Where did this come from? The Six of Wands. All right, well, eventually you're going to speak up, change something around in your schedule. That person's going to finally come out. Maybe feeling stuck and carrying a heavy load was actually kind of like a battle situation. Like it had to be worked out, balancing different energies. Because when you have the Six of Wands, it is coming from some type of struggle or battle and then ending up in your parade. being noticed, being victorious. But here it's almost like you're still in the middle of something. You're not quite done. One person is nice and calm. I mean, it looks like she's ready for something, but it almost looks like she's doing a surrender too. And there's all these energies that are under you. It looks like the Seven of Wands a little. But they might not be like, they might actually be helping. Maybe not coming after, like going against. Maybe they're like helpful. They're all like, here, use this. Here, use this. Here, use this. Because the Six of Wands is usually being on the horse and everyone's like, yay, you're amazeballs. Thank you. Coming home. You won. So you're either in the crowd, admiring someone, recognizing someone, or you're on that high horse, feeling wonderful, but eventually you have to get off the horse, be one with the crowd, say thank you to your supporters. I feel like maybe it didn't happen right away because your crown fell off. So maybe this victory comes with a couple of, you know, what is that, like lost battles, but you can still win the war. Like situations that maybe didn't turn out. Maybe, you know, you got a little stuck, got behind in something, figured out how to get out, but now you like, it frees you up. You actually do end up winning something. It's at the bottom. Justice. This beautiful girl on a horse with a sword, speaking clearly and holding the scales, bringing balance back in. It's like these people here in the middle of her path, and she's riding in on a horse, blindfolded. And it looks like these people are all having like a discussion or an argument or singing or doing something. Something's going on up here. And she can't see them, but she can hear. Really hear what's happening. Like, what's going on there? And like taking it all in. And then she's the one that's going to come through and bring balance. So you don't really need to see the way out. Maybe it's something you hear. The justice could also be the justice system making a good decision. Having this, you know, clear communication. You did have this, the time to go, the tweener time. So if this finally comes through, decision time, hit the mallet. This is what it's going to be. And now this is how it's going to be. Like, this is how it is. And now this is what it's going to be. So it's usually new. It brings balance to sometimes multiple people. Sometimes if, you know, these people can't figure it out on their own, what's going on, it takes an outside source to kind of look at that situation. If people are too wrapped up in each other's emotions and opinions and competition and, you know, their way of doing something, sometimes it takes like a stranger, an outside source to kind of be like, well, maybe you two need to do that. And that one needs to go over there. And don't you all win that way? So there is a way for everyone to feel like a winner. This could be a totally different situation than some of these. There's definitely lots of energy coming through today. But justice is big when that happens. It's being fair. Balancing your heart and your head. Giving everybody a fair shot. I don't know why I see, I just saw like an audition with that. That was weird. Like everybody has their chance to come in, sing the song, do your little tryout, and everybody's considered. Maybe there's a lot of people that like, so this could be a job interview. This could be partnerships, whatever. Maybe everybody is talented. Everybody has the right resume, but there's somebody just naturally suited for that particular part. It doesn't mean that somebody else wasn't as good. I mean, maybe some, but it does mean that there's somebody better. Now, that's not the typical meaning of the Justice card, but that came through. So maybe some of you are, I don't know, maybe you're an agent in New York or LA. everybody wants the job. You have to give it to the right person. It could be somebody with absolutely no experience, but they're just right. One more card, please. Two of Swords. That's definitely making a decision. Look at this. Like gladiator. We got the sun there. This gladiator might be deciding to go off to battle, or maybe it was in the battle and all he could think about was coming home to this beautiful girl, or his, friend. Maybe deciding not to go at all. Got all dressed up and ready to go and then didn't. It's teetering on a decision. It does mean that a decision needs to be made. Nobody's blindfolded in that situation. I feel like there is equal communication, eye to eye. Maybe everybody's like, you say, please don't go, or you have to do this when you go, or take this to protect you, or make sure you call me when you get there, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe something has to happen, but there needs to be some kind of clear decision or conversation before something happens. What's at the bottom? The Three of Wands. Yeah, working together. Going on a journey, maybe, maybe he always did the battle on his own. She's like, I can put my armor on. We need to make a decision here. Like, I'm making the decision. I'm coming. I'm strong. I know how to use my sword. And he's like, no, you always wear those pretty little outfits. Like, you can't be in battle. And maybe somebody's just making a decision. Like, nope, coming. I'm coming. Like it or not. And he's trying to walk away and she's just going to come along. I mean, sometimes weird scenarios come through. But here you got two people on a journey going up that mountain. So instead of going up that mountain like before by yourself, you actually have some help. There's sun and moon here. So there is a balance between silver, gold, masculine, feminine. It just looks so nice. It's like, it reminds me of that Nine of Wands card in the vice versa, where it's like there's a battle, a wounded warrior just got to get through, but then he makes it up the mountain and there's like his honey. Like the whole thing he went through or she went through was just worth it to have that moment at the end. That like peace. Maybe it's just a little cabin and you want just some peace by yourself. Get all in your comfortable, snuggy outfit and just crawl in bed with a little heated blanket. Whatever that like little blessing of bliss is for you. But it does look like there's a partnership here. You're working together. You got that windy road we talked about. You're still going up that mountain. It isn't an easy trail. But when you look at this little cabin at the top with the warm light, maybe there's other people waiting up there for you. Maybe that's that party. Or maybe you're leaving the party and just time to turn in. But this is working together, getting creative. A lot of times it's like waiting for something to come. So you could be waiting for, an arrival, a package in the mail, a yes or a no. So what can you do and how can you enjoy this time in the meantime before you make it to that place or that thing actually arrives? All right. I hope this reading was helpful. I feel like you're ready to take a journey, but you're in between something. It's just making that decision. Maybe actually moving along that journey makes something feel way more balanced, like you actually did make the right decision. Untie yourself. The battles were worth it. The journey is so much better. You have victory. And in the end, the sun is coming out again. So I hope this reading was helpful. I love you so much. And I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon. Bye.